Good morning, guys. Today we're going to be looking at missing factors. So, like a factor times a factor equals a product. So, a missing factor and some multiplication word problems. And I think it's going to definitely be easier than yesterday, our discussion about multiplication properties. So, make sure you have pencil and paper today because you will probably need to draw some equal groups. Let's take a look. Let's look at this first question. So when you're seeing these questions in the lesson, they're really just going to look like this. 5 times blank equals 20, right? Now, some of you might already know how to solve this problem in a different way. So for example, maybe you know how to skip count by fives and you can figure it out that way. 5, 10, 15, 20. We already know the missing number because we know how to skip count by fives. But that's just one way to do it. There's always more than one way. If you're not so fantastic at skip counting by fives, you might not want to do that. Instead, you might want to use a fact you know. Maybe you already know this fact. 5 times 4 equals 20. Okay, that's great. Then you can use a fact you know to help you solve this problem. Okay, you also, if you don't know this fact and you don't know how to skip count, can divide to find the answer to this problem. And that's how I'm going to teach you how to do it today, because this is the way that you can do it if you've got no clue about skip counting and no idea of what the answer to the fact is. So I want to find 5 times something equals 20. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw 5 groups. I'm going to start with 20 counters. I'm going to put 1 in each group until I get to 20. So let's try it now. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, right? And I timed myself in class doing this before, right? Remember, for a bigger problem? It's 43 seconds of your life, that problem was, I think. It's worth it to get the correct answer, isn't it? So now we know 20 divided by 5 equals 4 counters in each group. So we know 5 groups of 4, or 5 times 4 equals 20. And now we know the missing number. Okay. Let's take a look at the example below. This example, instead of having a blank in it like it did here, uses a variable. Now, if you remember, a variable can be a number or a letter or a symbol, or, sorry, not a number, but a letter or a symbol that stands for a missing number, okay? A missing factor in this case. So we have 6 times something equals 18, and we want to find that missing something. We could count by sixes if we know how. We could use repeated addition and see how many times you have to add 6 to get 18. We can use arrays, or we could use a fact we know. If we know 6 times equals 18, that'd be good. Or we can use division, right? So we have 18 counters divided by 6 groups, and I've already drawn my 6 groups. So I'm going to go ahead. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and that's it. Okay. How many counters are in each group? 1, 2, 3. So 18 counters divided by 6 groups equals 3, which means 3 must be the number that goes here. And maybe we'll say smiley face equals 3, right? 6 times 3 equals 18. And you could check your work by skip counting by sixes or whatever. On the next page, I just have a pretty straightforward word problem for you. So this is going to look like some of the word problems you'll see today. It says Miss Hall has 4 boxes with 6 instruments in each box, period. Now, I always tell you, pause at the period and think about what you just read. Were there any key words in there? Let's read it again. Miss Hall has 4 boxes with 6 instruments in each box. This is usually a clue for us, right? That we're either multiplying or dividing. If we see it in the how many question, it comes after how many, we know we want to divide. Okay, but today it looks like it's going to be multiplication. How many instruments does she have in all? Now, I know when we see in all, our first thought is addition, but what's something we learned about addition and multiplication? Right? In math class, we learned that addition and multiplication have a very strong relationship because both addition and multiplication are about finding a total. Okay, so this in all is actually supporting the word each. Okay, we're going to be multiplying to find how many instruments Miss Hall has in her boxes. Okay, so we could draw 4 boxes to figure it out. And it said there were 6 in each box, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, of course, you could just count up those dots, but accidents do happen, and I don't like that, so I'm going to show you the best way. This is the best way for when you have all of the time in the world to use equal groups to multiply. So now we're going to find out how many instruments she had in all in the boxes, right? We're going to count them up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. 24 instruments in all in the boxes. And if you notice, this is also skip counting, right? By sixes. 6, 12, 18, 24. This is a great way to practice skip counting while you draw equal groups. So how many instruments does she have in all? She has 24 instruments in all. And we just solved this multiplication problem. 6 times 4 equals 24, right? Sorry for my ugly handwriting. Okay, guys, that's all I've got for today. Thanks for joining me. Please take your time on this lesson. I believe in you. I believe that you can score 100%. And I'm going to be reading A Tale of Despero, and I'll put that up today. So, thank you.